Hillary's public display of aggressive coughing is propaganda. It's being shown to us intentionally for the purpose of shielding her from difficult questions from the media, of humanizing her in the eyes of those undecided voters, and of baiting those people who believe she's deathly ill into saying and doing things that she will later use against them to demonize them under the umbrella of crazy alt-right insane people, which will in turn cause those undecided voters to not want to be associated with them and drive them towards Hillary instead. That's why we're seeing so much of her coughing. That's why we're hearing her hoarse voice all the time. That's why they're allowing this to be seen. No, they can't stop her from coughing altogether, but they can control what conditions she speaks in. They understand what triggers her coughing, and if they didn't want her to do it, they wouldn't allow her to get into those situations that makes it likely that she's going to cough, unless they wanted us to see it. I guarantee you, if she's elected president, she will not be coughing her way through her swearing in, because the conditions will be controlled enough to prevent it. Think about it. It protects her from hard questions. What reporter in their right mind or journalist is going to ask Hillary hard questions about email leaks after Grandma stands out in the 95-degree weather, sweltering under the sun, delivering a speech where the most memorable part of it was when she coughed out an Oldsmobile? No one, because they would appear to be a jerk. They would be socially isolated and might even lose access to potential President Clinton. Anytime she senses a hard question might be coming that she doesn't want to deal with, will preempt it. Nothing but positive things come from Hillary keeping this ailment in her pocket. Humanization. That's been an important theme during this election cycle. Hillary has historically been distant, cold, unrelatable, an ice queen. And people do not want any more psychopath establishment candidates who rule them from an ivory tower in the sky. They don't want to think they're voting for someone like that. They want someone who's vulnerable, who's real, who's a genuine person, someone they can relate to and understand. And Hillary is showing her vulnerability by publicly displaying fits of coughing. I mean, she's coughing directly into the microphone, showing her face to camera, always sounding hoarse and just exhausted and tired. She's playing the victim, and she is the Jordan of playing the victim. This wins her sympathy from undecided voters. She is cloaking her psychopathy under a veil of vulnerability. The demonization. This is the most important thing that she's trying to do, for her anyway. See, Hillary knows that it doesn't matter how bad she appears to look on stage, how dead she looks, how often she coughs, how tired she appears. It's not going to cost her any votes. Not one. She will not lose one vote over it. Because confirmation bias is working in her favor on all fronts here. And it's a powerful, powerful element. See, she's conditioned her supporters to believe that this coughing is simply an allergy, or it's a result of her giving so many speeches, being on the road. And so they see everything that she does as confirming evidence of that, as confirming evidence of what they already believe. She has also conditioned them to believe that anybody who thinks that she is sick or unhealthy is peddling conspiracy theories, is a Trump supporter, is crazy. So when they hear someone say, Hillary's sick, look, she's dying, they think that person's crazy, and they say, that's an allergy. These groups see the same Hillary, but they perceive her in a different way, and it has different meaning to them. This is confirmation bias in full force. Nothing, absolutely nothing, is going to make her supporters think that she is dying. She could literally cough out a bloody lung that falls into the lap of someone sitting in the front row. And they would look over 10 feet away and see someone else cough and go, allergies, must be something in the air. Here's your lung, Miss Clinton. Meanwhile, confirmation bias is just as powerful on the other side. Everything that they see, every little cough, every itch, every eye wink, every time she looks up at a balloon, every time she appears tired, every time her clothes are wrinkled, that to them will be filtered through and it will confirm what they already believe, which is that Hillary is deathly ill. And they will go find experts who believe what they believe and will be the scientific voice of the Hillary is dying movement. And they will also ignore any disconfirming evidence, and they will rationalize anything that conflicts with what they have already decided they believe is true. So these two are locked in with confirmation bias, knowing that confirmation bias is going to protect the image that her voters have of her in their minds, and she's not going to lose any votes. She can go up on stage And she can look a little more tired. She can look a little more ragged. Look a little more like death. And bait and provoke those people in the alt-right into saying and doing things that seem crazy to everybody else. Cause them to say all these things about her impending death, and she can collect quotes and save them. Save them for later when she can use them to demonize that group. And she can do it without fear of consequence. She wants them to say, she's dying, she's dying. Because Hillary and the media will take that message and they will distort it, and they will say, this group of people wants me to die. They're terrible, dark-hearted people. Those alt-right Trumpers. That's what the message will be delivered as. This will push those people who are undecided away. Because she has looked so dead, so tired, so exhausted, so unhealthy for so long, if she were to suddenly seem vibrant come October, it will be a drastic, noticeable difference. We won't hear her cough as often. She might still be coughing. We just won't see it on television. We won't hear it. Then we'll be like, does Hillary look younger to you? She looks a lot younger to me. She looks alive, vibrant. She's got energy. This is like a different Hillary. Clearly, Hillary is healthy. And then she'll drop the medical records on him. If she is doing this. And she might not be. I could be way off. But I think she is. Once she drops the medical records on everybody and proves that this loud theory about her health failing is wrong, she can then make all of her alt-right stereotypes come true. Even though they're not true, she'll be able to make them seem true in the eyes of the public. She'll be able to get up in front of everybody and say, remember that conspiracy group I told you about, the alt-right Trump's boys and girls? The one Trump is the leader of? The ones who wanted me to die. Trump's friends that wanted me to die. Even though that's not what they wanted and that's not what they're saying. That's how the message will be delivered. She'll be able to say, I told you I wasn't dying. Look how healthy I am. They're evil and dark-hearted. They're alt-right people. Ugh. That'll stigmatize them. Nobody will want to be associated with that group. Even if they do kind of want to vote for Trump, they won't want to do it. Bill Cosby effect. That's when someone might have once liked Bill Cosby or kind of thought he was funny, but now they're like, I don't want anything to do with a Bill Cosby CD. Get it away from me. The stigma's too bad. She will be able to silence an entire group of people who are her critics, who actually are telling truths about her, and people won't listen to them. Where'd you get that info from? Oh, that person's an alt-righter. Really? Oh my gosh, I have to stop going to that website. Stop listening to that person. Ugh. She turns them into demons. People don't even want to look at them, talk to them, or hear them. And then, once Hillary has successfully dehumanized and demonized this group of people, if you get labeled alt-right at that point, you will be shipped off to an alt-right concentration camp, where you will no longer be a problem to society. This is what Hillary was doing a few weeks ago during her alt-right speech, when she was listing the characteristics and introducing this term. That speech was pure propaganda, but she was setting up confirmation bias traps. Since then, she's been baiting her opposition into stepping into those traps. This is one of the oldest propaganda techniques in the book. Create a demon, tell people what that demon looks like, how they behave so they can recognize it. Tell people that that demon is standing in their way of their happiness, their security, their freedom, everything they've ever wanted. Tell them that demon is a threat to their very lives. Point to everything that demon does and say it's enemy demon propaganda. And then fabricate evidence and hold it up to the people and say, look at all this evidence that I found proving that they are in fact evil demons. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she's really sick. I don't want to wish that on anybody. But we'll find out. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is this what Hillary's doing? Is she using this propaganda technique that has been so successful in the past? Or am I just a lunatic? Thanks for watching. Make sure and subscribe.